All right, good afternoon. We got last minute betting with the Sports Nuts. Honorary Sports Nut Steve is here with us today. Thank you for joining us, Steve. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company. We're going to give you your quick fix for sports betting and for sports, period. Okay? OddsJam Player Prop mobile app. Get that for iPad, iPhone, and Mac computers. It'll help you with your player prop apps and your betting. Discord link below. You got to get those paid picks. They're there for you. Click the links below for the best sports books in your state. And don't forget the OddsJam Partner Program. Share that link with your friends. Get 20% of all the revenue generated from that link. You know what? We got a form below in the description to fill out to get a personal one-on-one tutorial how to make money. Sports betting. Also contact Mike at OddsJam.com, Bob at OddsJam.com, and Mike's Calendly link is there, and so is my Calendly link. All right. So here we are, on a Thursday, ready to
Dr. Pepper.
And we got to jump right into plays for today. I'm going to jump into one right now. Mike, I'm going to share my screen extremely quickly here. It's on the Positive EV page. I'm taking it as my lock of the night. I'm taking a Positive EV play. It's in the recommended filters. It's the Padres over 5.5 team total plus 115 on Caesars, 17-cent market with plus 103 on Pinnacle. So that's what I'm taking. That is my play of the night. And now I am going to stop sharing my screen and turn it over to you, Mike.
Turning it over to me, are you? Well, I appreciate that, Bob. I appreciate that very much. So tonight, Bob, I'm ready to build a parlay, obviously, a little small one. We don't have a lot of, not a great slate here late in the MLB. I mean, this Yankees Blue Jays one is interesting. I think the Yankees are due to bounce back. It's at home. Barrios has been hit and miss. I don't trust the Blue Jays ever. As bad as the Yankees have been, you have to think that they've got to be being a little bit more desperate now. I mean, they've been struggling. They have to be due to bounce back. And let's not forget, my Rays pick on the money line last night was the only bet I lost to the Yankees, who, give them credit, Bob. They were down 7-4 in extra innings, and they come back and win 8-7. I think they can carry that momentum against another division rival at home and a guy in Barrios who has just been kind of hit and miss. So okay. I say we build a parlay and we start with the Yankees on the money line.
Go ahead.
Okay. You want me to build it?
Yeah, you build it.
All right, man. Let me share my screen and let's see what we got popping off here on the OddsJam page. So we're going to go to that Yankees game first. Yankees Blue Jays. That one's getting started now. Let's see where our best value. Well, we'll do that. The parlay builder will do that for us. So we'll add that to our parlay. The next one that I'm going to roll with, the Braves at home. There is some good value on the Braves being plus odds. Max Fried. Look, I know DeGrom's on the mound as well, but I'm rolling with the Braves tonight. Look, okay. Max is a stud. He missed his last start. I think that will help him in terms of being effective tonight, having that extra rest. And
I think the best play in that game, Mike, I'm going to interrupt you, is the under with Fried and DeGrom going. The number is 7. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I can see that. There is some positive expected value on the Mets money line. And initially, I did think about going with the Mets, but the fact that Fried has missed that last start, I think that will help for him. And the next game, Bob, let's just do it because this is going to be super juiced anyway. We're not going to touch the Padres on the money line, but let's see the run line, and let's just take the standard minus 1.5. And
the number is minus 2.5 right now, all across the board. That's what everybody.
You know what? And I am taking that bet straight up as well. I'm taking not the Padres minus 2.5. I'm taking the Red Sox on the run line. I'm taking the Braves on the money line straight up, and I'm taking Tampa Bay on the run line minus 1.5. But yes, this Padres minus 2.5. I think I'm taking that straight up. But for our parlay's sake, we'll go the safe route. We'll go the -1.5, and let's see what we got value-wise here. Looks like our little 3-leg parlay here is going to give us plus 469 on Bet Rivers right now. That is where we can get the best value for this, and that is on the Yankees money line, the Braves money line, and the Padres on the standard run line -1.5. So,
got it. Let's do it.
I think we got to roll with that, Bob.
All right, sounds good. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to bring Steve in here. Actually, before I do that, let me give you the tournament that we got going on, the BMW Championship, with Keegan Bradley on top at -7, followed by Adam Scott -6. And then we've got Harold Varner III, Shane Lowry, and Justin Thomas at -5. Then Shez Revi, Morikawa, Shoffley, Christian, Terrell Hatton, Russell Henley, all at -4. And then we got Hoon Lee, Connors, Spieth, Cantlay, Leishman, Grillo, Stallings, McCarthy, Spawn, McElroy, Scheffler, and Cam Young, all at -3, tied for 12th. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to do the show the article that Steve put up. But right now, on the first day, we're looking at cash and some tickets here, Steve. I think we look like we're in good shape starting out first day, don't you think?
We were looking really good until Rory, that complete idiot. He had a flawless round. He was probably on pace to be the leader, first round leader, and then he hit a super aggressive line, went into the drink, so penalty. So he's hitting 3. He hits it to about, 30 feet. So he putts it past the hole. Then he 3-putts. So he got a 7. So he triple bogeyed. So he dropped from 6 to 3.
Right.
He was the live favorite by 4.
Right.
But
let's look at this for a second. 3 of your top 6 picks, which are outrights, are in the top 12.
Exactly. And actually, it could be more than that because Cam Young's in the top 12 right now.
Right. And so is Shoffley. And so is McElroy.
Yeah, and Zalatoris is probably going to get there too.
Okay.
Zalatoris started off horribly, but then he's birdied 3 of the last 4. So, yeah, I mean, you really can't lose a tournament the first day unless your name's Tony Finau or Rahm because those guys played awful today.
Right.
But,
exactly. So let's look at the top 10s, and we can forget Rahm and Finau, but we still have these top 20s out here and the top 10 with McElroy. So we still got Hovland, Young, Sam Burns as always, Morikawa, Pendrith. I didn't see where Thigala was at.
He's even. And the thing is, this is a no-cut event. So the good thing is, even if you start off poorly, Finau's done most likely, but Rahm, +2. I mean, Rahm could go -7 tomorrow and get right back into it.
Yeah, anything can happen. It's a big hitter's course.
Exactly.
Anyway, I wanted to share that with you folks. Steve, actually, that's his article and his picks. That is on the golf page. All right. So now let me get caught up here with a couple of things. MLB this afternoon, Cubs beat the Orioles 3-2. Brewers beat the Dodgers. Man, come on, Dodgers 5-3. The Astros must have been ticked off, Mike, because they won 21-5. Rangers A's 3, and Diamondbacks are shutting out the Giants 5-0 in the bottom of the 9th. And my Cardinals with a 13-0 win against the Rockies.
Our Cardinals.
Albert Pujols. No, you dissed Albert
Pujols.
No,
he's already in, Bob. He's already joined.
Hey, you dissed Albert Pujols during the home run derby. So
that's okay.
I'm going to have decision on this. All right. Albert Pujols hit his 690th career home run. By the way, now he is tied with Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, and Dave Kingman for 10th place in Grand Slams all time. Unbelievable. All right. Let's talk about what's happening tonight. Also, we've got Dallas at Connecticut in the WNBA and Washington at Seattle. In the WNBA, that Washington-Seattle game could be a very good game. I expect Connecticut to cover and beat the spread on that one. That's just my opinion. All right. And then also in the NFL tonight, we got Chicago at Seattle. That's kind of a dud game, but I'm going to give it to Steve. Is there anything to look for in this game tonight with Chicago?
Yeah, it's actually a great game to bet. I already bet it. I love the Seahawks on the first half for a few reasons. Last week, the Bears played the Chiefs. That game was 14-0 at the end of the first half. The Bears couldn't move the ball whatsoever, which isn't surprising. The Bears are probably going to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Then, the Bears did score 19 unanswered in the second half. So they ended up winning that game, once the Chiefs' third stringers came in. Also, Chicago just played on Saturday. Now today's Thursday. It's a short week for them.
Excuse me, but is it first half money line or point spread?
First half, I'm rocking with the money line because I don't want to have it be a tie game, which it could be maybe, and have them lose. But so the Bears are on a short week. Eberflus already said the starters are only going to play between 10 to 20 reps. Last week they played 18. Next week is their dress rehearsal. So the thing is, they're looking ahead to next week. Drew Lock was supposed to start this game, but he got COVID. So now it's Geno Smith, and it's Geno Smith's chance to really put the clamps down on the starting role.
Yeah.
Pete Carroll was
me up. I'm sorry.
Pete Carroll was excited. He said, "I'm fired up for Geno to go. He had an excellent week. We're super excited to see him out there and see what he can do." Let's not forget last week against the Steelers, a very good preseason team. Geno Smith went 10 for 15, 101 yards, and a 2-yard rushing scramble in his 2-minute drill. So, Smith is going to be the better quarterback. So I like, the Seahawks to take the lead into the halftime. That would cash the bet. The reason I don't like it full games because, A, the Bears did look good in the second half last week, and B, Jacob Eason's going to come in for the Hawks, and he sucks. So,
all right. So hang on. I know I'm not a Geno Smith fan at all. He sucks. But anyway, Seahawks
experience.
The point spread first half is -2.5 at -130.
Okay.
All right. Now the money line, the best number we got here right now in Illinois, at least, is -180.
It's -165 on FanDuel.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? It just went up. So people are watching. People are watching and bet it. Okay, good. So
exactly.
Now it's -180, and this one tool bag, his name's the Short Game. He's some loser troll. He'll say, it's a bad bet because it's -180. Right. In the preseason, I'm happy to lay juice because I think this should probably be, I don't know, Seahawks -250 money line because I don't think the Bears are going to even score. Maybe they'll get 3. So I like Geno Smith.
Let me ask you this, okay? We got a -180 bet. Are we putting more than one unit on it?
No, I did 2 units, yeah. So, the thing is, I really like this bet. And, I'm not afraid to lay juice, because we lay juice in baseball. We lay juice in the UFC.
Yeah, sure.
Why should we be scared to lay juice in the NFL,
Yeah. Well, unless it's me laying the juice. then you guys are all over. Okay?
You got to take what you can get. So, sometimes.
Yeah.
You got to take what you can get.
The difference is, Bob, I'm trying to win money. You're trying to get kudos. You're trying to get kudos.
No, I'm actually trying to win money, dude. But why do you think I make these butterfly plays? You think that's just for the heck of it? It's
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I would always prefer plus odds, and I take them when they're there. I've taken, plus money in the preseason so far. But yeah, this is one rare case where, I just prefer the money line because, maybe it's 3-3, maybe it's 6-6, then it's a push. I'm not trying to lose a bunch of money.
Okay. All right.
On the preseason.
I got you. Completely 100%. I'm with you. All right. Let me go to the positive EV page. And Steve and Mike, stick around for a couple after we're done. All right. I've already hit this Padres over 5.5 team total. This is the recommended, or was on the recommended filters. Now it is. And that Padres play is there. Mike.
Yes.
Explain to everybody what the recommended filters actually does.
I mean, the recommended filters are going to be your best of the best in terms of trying to get a winning outcome. Are you going to get good line discrepancy on them? Yeah. Are you going to get good market width on some of them? Yeah. But you saw last night, we took a couple that had very high market width, but our win probability was 57, 59%. So now we've upped our chances of that bet winning. So, and that's more what it's geared towards. It's more geared towards a way to profit some money as you're learning and understanding the product. And you'll oftentimes notice not all of them, but a lot of them are going to have really high win probabilities. Yourself will see a win probability of 48, 49%. We don't shy away from it. That's close to 50. And if you really like the bet, roll with it. But you're seeing a lot of these 57%, 59. There was one the other day. What was that? 60-something%.
Right.
So it's geared towards winning bets.
Okay. So now let me throw this at you guys. All right.
Yes.
We just made a minus 180 play in the first half of a preseason NFL game.
Okay.
We got the Yankees and Blue Jays here at over 7 total runs. That's minus 200. Okay.
Exactly.
But it's a positive EV play. Is this a play? And it's a 67% chance of winning. Is this a play that we double down and throw a couple of units on?
Well, I mean, so here's the thing. I mean, and this is an excellent example. So, I'll make my own lines. So, to me, getting the Seahawks minus 180 is a plus EV bet. I mean, even it may not be a mathematically profitable bet because, I mean, only a few books are even offering money line on this game for whatever reason.
For the first half.
On the first half, exactly. So, yeah, but the idea is the same. If you think that it's a positive expectation bet and you're getting value on the number, whether it's through your own numbers or through its OddsJam, telling you on the plus EV page or whatever. Yes, whether it's, minus 200 versus minus 221, or whether it's plus 125 versus plus 100, value's value either way.
Right.
And, people are always, and the thing is, like, a lot of people bet, to risk, so, if you're, I don't know, $50 better, you would bet $50 and then the minus 200 would return you 25. But I do the other way because you make more when you bet to risk.
I'm going to put a unit and a half on this.
Well, go to that game in general now because that over 7 is not your actual line for that game. So that's why it is so juiced because the actual line is over. I think it's up to 8.5 right now. And I still like it at 8.5, I think. These are two of the most potent offenses. Yes, the Yankees have been struggling, but you just saw last night they were down 7-4 in extra innings and ended up winning 8-7. So it's in a hitter-friendly ballpark in Yankee Stadium. So if you're going to take that over 7, I say go ahead and take an over 8, over 8.5.
Oh yeah, you can butterfly this.
I would butterfly this over. I would because I think it's. Barrios says an over. He's borderline 6-run ERA. Montas, you saw what happened when he pitched against the Cardinals in a pitcher friendly ballpark in St. Louis. Right. Now you're in New York where it's a hitter friendly ballpark.
Very good because look at what happens now. All right, if we take it over 7, and then we go over 7.5, and we go over 8. And we go over 8.5, we can actually get, and we can go over 9 if we wanted to. But if we just that, we're still in the minus 120 here. We're going to make some money off of that play. But yes, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you've got all the recipes there for an over in this game. And as we talked about, these are two lethal offenses. Either one of these teams has enough offense to carry an over. So even if one struggles a little bit, we can expect the struggle to be 2 or 3 runs at least.
Right.
So the other team, I expect whoever wins to at least score 6, 7, 8 runs themselves.
Okay, now I want to point out something to everybody that's watching here, okay? We try to share these videos. We're on a new YouTube channel. We don't, we got like 109 subscribers. We've done pretty good in a week. We picked up 30-something subscribers, all right? I just want to point out to you that last weekend, the three of us, this trio, went 16-3, okay? Combination of what we put out there was 16-3, okay? And with some of the discussion of what we are talking about here, okay? We're not going blind. Do I know everything about the Bears and Seahawks? No. I'm listening to what Steve has to say. And, even though I think Geno Smith sucks.
Bob, but this is a preseason game.
I know.
Preseason game. Geno Smith is a
I watched him last week. I'm not a Geno Smith fan, but it doesn't matter. I listened to what Steve had to say with his handicapping, and now I understand why we're making this play, and I jumped on board. So, sure. Jacob Trainer, what we're doing right now is we are taking the Seahawks first half money line for 2 units.
Correct.
You want to know what you missed? That's one of the things you missed. Plus, we took the Padres first, team total for the game over 5.5. And then the plays that Mike had earlier. Bottom line is that we're trying to use the tools that OddsJam gives us, plus what we know, okay? Now, I want to go to this WNBA game, guys.
Jacob, we're pretty high on the over in this Toronto-New York game, I think.
Right.
So definitely take a look at the over 7, over 7.5, right. Over 8 and 8.5. Right. Definitely look at a butterfly there because.
All right. So let's look at the WNBA games, and I want to look at this one in particular. We already know that the Sun are heavy favorites, okay? They're one of the best teams in the WNBA, all right? Bar none, all right? I took yesterday, Steve, the Vegas Aces minus 13.5, and it covered.
They didn't cover.
Big cover. It was a 16-point game, point spread at the end of the game.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So Vegas won by 16. I took a minus 13.5. I jumped all over that. Here's what we have tonight, okay, with another one of the better teams, because the Aces and the Sun are very good teams.
Correct.
And it's against Dallas, who is an okay team. All right. I mean, they're not bad, but dude, we've got minus 9.5, minus 10, and minus 10.5. And I'll be honest with you, this minus 9.5 at minus 110, considering that one of the books has it at minus 135. That's a play I have.
But look at that Wings play, though, Bob. You got 3 books giving you minus 110 on it, and you can get it for.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the Wings. Okay. This is the Sun. Okay. One of the best teams in the NBA.
WNBA.
Record.
WNBA.
Did I not say WNBA?
No, you said NBA.
Okay, I could have sworn I did. But you're talking about a team that was 500 for the year, barely made it in to the playoffs against the Sun, who are a dominant team, 25-11 for the year. I'm all over the Sun minus 9.5. That is another play that I am making tonight. I am putting 2 units on that play. I am that confident in that one right there, boys.
I respect it. Tiger Woods actually talked about the WNBA in his did you hear about that when he met with everybody? He said, I'd rather watch a WNBA game than live golf.
Well, I could have the Padres play as well. All right, Jacob. So I like this play. I love the Vegas play last night. I do not like that other game.
Justin, let me get him real quick because time's running out here, Bob.
Go ahead.
And we're going to go because there's not a lot to hit right now. Justin, same game parlay on FanDuel. Had positive EV for an NRFI in that game, so we could start there with an NRFI. And then I've got the Rays on the run line in this game. So add that and then throw in the under just because the Royals, they've been shut out in 2 straight games. They're a bad team. We got 2 iffy pitchers going, but when you got 2 bad offenses, 2 iffy pitchers can look good against a couple of, especially Kansas City, terrible offense. And the Rays, coming off of that extra inning battle with the Yankees, I don't expect them to score a ton tonight either.
Okay. The other game that we have, I want to stay completely away from. I'm leaning Seattle in the WNBA tonight against Washington. These are a couple teams that are pretty close. They're both finished the regular season at 22-14.
Yeah.
Okay. This is, I think that Tina Charles has made Seattle a better team, but is it enough to overcome, Washington? I'm not sure. So that's why I'm staying away from that game. Sometimes, folks, you don't just jump in to every game. You have to have a little bit of common sense. And you know what, Steve? Sometimes you got to be a little conservative, right?
Exactly. I mean, that's our number one advantage over the sports books. They have to line every single game, and we get to pick what games we want to bet.
Right. Very good. Very good. There you go, folks. That is last minute betting with the Sports Nuts. I know I didn't show the bet tracker tonight, but you know what?
I showed mine for our positive EV video earlier, and I had 4 and 1 in positive EV bets, and then our straight up MLB bets, including our 2-leg parlay last night, hit, and we were 4 and 1 there. So
all I want to tell you is take a look at the last 3 months and look at all of the upticks in profit. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I got to say. Anybody want to argue with me about how to pick games and how to go about doing this stuff and how to use this software? We could show you how to use it.
$1 bills,
right.
y'all.
That's right. Yeah. All about